this. $1 million on the line. Oh, screaming from the outside. Could be a problem for Villopoto. He didn't get the early lead. Big pile up behind him. It's Alessi in the front. Here comes Dungey.
Uh-oh, Alessi and Villopoto. Oh, no way!
Villopoto has got to find a way around Alessi and do it quickly because Dungey is on his tail.
Let's see. I mean, Alessi, he talked so much about how important this race would be for him to, you know, raise some cash for his newly team that he's got put together right here. It's be a good opportunity. And for Dungey,
I think Villopoto's going to make quick work of him right here.
He has to. He's got to try to get out front and get away. Here he comes, trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back inside. Plenty of room.
And still triples out right there. What a move by Ryan Villopoto. Now, Dungey needs to make a quick move on Alessi to have any chance at stopping this dominance by Villopoto.
Down the hill they go.
Man, when you're dialed in, you are dialed in. He is so focused right now.
He knew that he had to get around him really quick. Didn't want Ryan Dungey to be right on his tail too long.
Wow, the track is getting really hard packed through there, Ricky. Bikes are slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah, you can see the blue groove there on the start straight.
And see Dungey right here, not quite as aggressive in that one spot.
Trying to get it done here, Jeff.
Yeah, but can he go around the outside? I doubt it.
Cuts inside. Oh. Can he power past? What does the KTM have? Here he goes up Monster Mountain. He's going to take over second.
Now, is Dungey going to be able to put together? Uh-oh. Getting dirty.
Comes back. There was contact there.
That should have never happened. Look at that. They're gonna mess around and let Metcalf get up in there if they mess.
Oh, did you see the finger wave?
Well, really? Does he give #1 sign or what? Look at this.
Yeah, but what's happening is Villopoto's going to be gone. He's already over the finish line jump right now.
Villopoto's going to make that paper tonight. These guys don't step it up, quit messing around with each other.
Here comes Dungey again.
You can see Dungey's like a little head shake getting in there. Did you see that, Fro?
Yeah, but you see how cautious Dungey is. That just tells you that's like gravel through there because he was afraid to lay the bike over at all coming into that left-hander.
I'll tell you what, he's a better man than I am, Fro. Because I don't think I can stay behind this guy that long.
Oh, yeah. We've seen a little bit of that in your career.
Yeah.
Especially early on. You just had to run into everybody.
I had to. I was like a ping pong ball. It's like, you know, but look at this. I mean, same spot. Here we go.
Oh, now what can Alessi do?
There you go.
Oh, look, he's mad now. Alessi.
He's had a rough day.
Oh!
He has had a rough day, and he's taking it all out right here, right now. But Dungey has to just disappear.
Man, Villopoto last lap around was 6 seconds ahead, turning at 127. These guys were messing around at 131s.
Yeah.
If you've tuned in looking for the Formula One Grand Prix of Korea, don't worry, it's coming up live as soon as we are done here with the Monster Energy Cup in Vegas. Sit back and enjoy this with us first as Dungey and Alessi are going at it. Ryan Dungey on that #5 KTM, and he's battling with the #800 Suzuki, Mike Alessi, but Brett Metcalf and Nick Wey getting into this mix. Nick Wey on the Kawasaki back in 5th, running on his own out of a van here tonight.
That is cool. What an awesome story. Like you said, he don't need those big rigs to do big things.
That's right, but I'll tell you what here, Metcalf, he's starting to creep up. He's got some momentum going. And, I mean, Metcalf, he's setting 3rd overall coming into this event here. I mean, into this final main event. So, pretty big payday for all of these guys. 100 grand to win it. If you didn't win all 3 main events, like somebody's going to collect $1 million tonight, though.
Well, and a $250,000 purse, it pays pretty good, pretty deep. So everybody's got a shot at big money here tonight. Metcalf really going after Alessi here.
Look at Alessi cutting way over to the right, just squeezing Metcalf Metcalf out on that, and that ticks you off so much because you know you got the momentum on the guy. Oh,
because what's going to happen as soon as he gets by him, he's just going to be, it's going to be see you later. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, Alessi had been a little bit off the pace here, especially since that horrific crash earlier today. See, look at Alessi guarding the inside. Oh, he's off the track.
Having his problems some more here tonight is Mike Alessi, and he gives up 2 more spots, including 1 to Nick Wey.
Michigan Mafia, riding the privateer bike. We saw him make it through the LCQ, I believe it was, right?
No, it was a semi.
He won a semi number 2, I believe it was.
Yeah, you can see Alessi here running out of steam. He's had a long night.
Davalos next on the 23 to come up and challenge.
And Davalos actually setting 5th overall with the scores from main event 1 and 2.
There you go. You can see him going off the track. He went inside, went off the track, and now he's back on, losing 2 positions when he did that.
Yeah, and Alessi has tried the racing line. He's tried to get out of the racing line in different spots, and it's just not. He's just been a little click off, and you got to wonder. You go down like that, it really shakes you up and shakes your concentration.
Look at this guy. Dude, he is on point, man.
Yeah,
he can go anywhere he wants, just throwing it in the turns, riding so aggressive. Nice little lead. About 4 laps to go when he crosses the line.
Halfway through it, $1 million waiting.
This is about $250,000 right here. Next lap will be about 500, $500,000.
Well, obviously, the other thing, too, is this Kawasaki 2012 model in Supercross form looks pretty strong, as we said earlier. And this is the first time they've run the Supercross suspension. Everybody getting ready for Anaheim coming up in the beginning of January. Take note, this is going to be a stout piece to deal with.
This guy right here has got to be so happy knowing I just have to hold it together for 4 or 5 more laps to win $1 million. The first time in motocross, supercross history that this has ever happened.
That could have been throwing away $1 million right there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking while you guys were talking. That we were looking at that outside section out there. There's a lot of rocks coming up. I mean, he really has to stay focused and not get ahead of himself. Let's take another look at this as he comes down. Monster Rally, and we'll watch this. He wants to get on the rear tire and wheelie through here. Gets a little skip right there. Corrects it. Nice and easy. But, I read this interesting book by Phil Jackson where he talks about when he was, coaching the Bulls to all those championships and how he would teach his riders to stay in the moment. And this is kind of that time where Villopoto has to think about what's happening here and now. Not think about the million, not think about the checkered flag, because he still has laps to go, 4 laps to go to get there. So there's a lot of time, right? It's close to 6 minutes still.
One other thing to take note of as we inch our way closer towards the conclusion of the 2011 season and the beginning of the 2012, of course, Villopoto having a great night here tonight on his Kawasaki. Yamaha just recently announced they're offering over $3 million in contingency this year to racers competing across the board in a variety of events. A lot of that money is going to go towards Monster Energy Supercross competitors. That whole program kicking off here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see who shows up on a Yamaha at Anaheim.
Well, that's a lot of money on the line, too, throughout that contingency program. You have 17 rounds of Monster Energy Supercross. Privateer, possibly a support team, like a B-team rider that is eligible for all of that contingency. They can rake in a lot of cash themselves.
There's 4 laps remaining here, but you think of everything that comes into play here. Obviously Ryan Villopoto is doing his part. This team and his mechanics have done a tremendous job. They're on the verge of a perfect season, Ricky. Yeah. And you think about everything that has to work right. The team, the rider, and every piece on that motorcycle just to win one race, let alone to have such an incredible year.
Yeah, it's amazing the odds that you defeat. Just like you say, that whether it be a flat tire, chain fall off, your bike sees up, falling down, not getting hurt. And for him to do what he's doing right now, when he looks back someday when he retires, he's going to remember this year. I mean, to win all these championships and these races, I mean, it's special.
Yeah, but what I always go back to is that horrendous crash that he had in St. Louis 2010, battling Dungey for the Monster Energy Supercross title. Really bad injury, fracture to his right lower leg, and we weren't really sure how he would come out for 2011. And he came out and won the opening round. And he didn't expect to win. He just wanted to get a nice solid ride in. Think about that. He won that race, and he didn't even expect to. And since then, his confidence has grown. He's done all the hard work. The team and everybody have put it all together. Now you have this dominating season.
But think of how crazy that year was, too. He didn't even make the main at Jacksonville.
I hear you.
And, and he came back and ended up winning the Monster Energy Supercross Championship. And then he goes on and wins the outdoor title, then the Motocross of Nations. It's just been a remarkable year. Kevin Windham, by the way, who we talked about just barely inching into the mains, he's running in 13th right now. Michael Lessie's in 6th.
I tell you what, we had that Fast Five from the Supercross Championship this year with Villopoto, Dungey, Reed, Stewart, Trey Canard. Canard, of course, is healing up from another fracture in his femur. He's a rider that can really come back strong. And then, Stewart and Reed, both at home right now watching. And that's the motivation. You watch if one of your competitors get that cash like that, we'll see those guys.
I'd be fired up.
You know it.
And you know what? And a big shout out to Nick Way right now. He is running in 4th, having a great run here in this final race, the 2011 season. A lap and a half to go, and Ryan Villopoto is going to win $1 million. Did you ever think all those years you two pounded around your family's tracks, the local tracks, the factory tracks, that you'd see a dirt bike racer win $1 million in one night?
Never, ever a chance.
Ricky, we did the U.S. Open years ago. It was $100,000 to win.
It felt like $1 million to me when I did it. And I'm almost in shock thinking about what this kid is fixing to do. A man now, what he's about to accomplish and win. The first time ever, what this is going to do for him, for the sport in general, it's very, very awesome. Something I think he's going to be very proud of.
And a lot of credit has to go to the folks at Feld Motorsports, Feld Entertainment, and Monster for coming up with the concept and putting it all together to have this night, to take this sport to such a huge level.
And the fans here are on their feet. He's got a big lead here. But and on the left here in our split screen, that's Mike Williamson, his mechanic, who's been with them along this journey here since he's been at Monster Energy Kawasaki.
That's Mike right there in the Kawasaki hat.
He's wondering what to put on the pin board, Ricky.
Millionaire. That ought to do it.
He's like, wait, how many zeros goes in $1 million?
I'd love to know what he's thinking right now.
Villopoto just got married, held off on the honeymoon to compete here. They're going to celebrate in big fashion. Anything you want, you can have.
The crowd is really responding here. They know what sort of payday's on the line for Villopoto. They'll let him hear it.
He's getting pumped now.
History was made just when we showed up here with the opportunity to race for $1 million. The Monster Energy Cup. It was a wild idea. People never thought anybody who raced a dirt bike would have a shot at $1 million. The concept of doing a hybrid track, a supercross and motocross combination. Nobody knew what we were going to see for sure here tonight. Yet they showed up, and $1 million was at stake. And Ryan Villopoto has done it. He's won all 3. He is the Monster Energy Cup inaugural winner, and he's a millionaire after just one race. Here are the results.
I need to hang out with him.
That's how it came out. Villopoto sweeping it.
1-1-1.
Dungey, well, he'll get a good payday out of that $250,000 purse, and we head right down to Aaron.